Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details in how to join us on the challenge and for more information with regard to detailed strategy, information is available in the description below. In the previous video we looked at Redbox, ticker symbol RDBX, and we also looked at ticker symbol MULN, MULN Automotive. So please refer back to the previous video for Redbox and MULN Automotive. So in today's video we're going to do a very important update on Netlist, NLST. There has been some huge news, so before we look at that news, I'm going to look at what happened in the market. And on the screen here you'll see probably, I think from what I have been reading, this is probably the most difficult day of trading since 2020. And we can see the headline here on Reuters that the Wall Street has slumped as investors fear the bigger Fed rate hikes to come. So if we look at the actual data, we can see here the S&P 500 was down just today approximately 3.5%. The Nasdaq Composite IXIC was down approximately 4.9%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average also fell approximately 3%. Overall a very difficult day of trading. So in terms of the two stocks that did exceptionally well today, the most important one is ticker symbol NLST Netlist. We're going to come to that shortly. And the other stock on the screen you'll be able to see here was that one very few stocks that did finish in the green today is MULN Automotive. This is a stock that have featured in terms of some important catalysts. So you'll see on the screen here, although it was up just in excess of 1.5%. I still think this is in a good buying range in terms of the number of catalysts coming for MULN Automotive in May and June. So another important stock to keep on your watch list. Okay, so I'm going to move on to look at Netlist now. So I'm sure many of you will be aware that there was some breaking news today, and the breaking news is a breakthrough in the case. So I'm going to call this breakthrough a victory. And before we look at the details of this victory, just a quick shout out to members in the Discord who did see some significant volume in the stock trading just before close of market. So we can see here, as soon as we got that information in the Discord, one of the members did load up. So congratulations there for getting in at $5.24 with 2,200 shares. We've also shared the details of the ruling, so I'm going to have a look at details of that with you now shortly. So before we look at the actual ruling itself, this is just a quick breaking news headline from Seeking Alpha, and we can see again, before we look at the details with regard to the case, again you can see the breaking news at the top. Nasdaq are now down about approximately 5%. And the S&P 500 did tank. So a very difficult day in the market. We could even call it a bloodbath. But let's focus on Netlist now. So at time of editing, the stock was up in excess of 30%. We're going to have a look at the chart later. But the key headline here, there's a victory in the US District Court for the Northern District of California for its 912 patent, according to the legal filing. We're going to have a look at the legal filing shortly, just in terms of the overall summary. But in terms of the other key headline here that we can see is Netlist motion for summary judgment. In other words, Google is not entitled to intervening rights as to claim 16 is granted. So this is from a ruling from Judge Richard Seeborg. So let's have a look at the details of this ruling. So what I'm going to do now is just focus on the final part of the ruling. I've not had a chance to go through in significant detail of all the breakdown of the ruling, but I'm just going to share with you the final part. On here we can see the 6 bullet points identified here. Number 1, Google's motion to strike is granted in part and denied in part. The motion is granted in respect with respect to the revised priority and conception dates set forth in Netlist amended disclosures, and Netlist is precluded from asserting priority or conception date earlier Then July the 5th, 2004, the motion is denied with respect to the assertion of claim 16. And if we move on to bullet point number 2, the Google's motion for summary judgment on the issue of intervening rights is granted in part and denied in part. So although we can see that there are, looks like there is good news and bad news there, let's have a look at in terms of the details of this. So the motion is denied as to claim 16 and granted, so that's the key word there, as to the remainder of the asserted claim. So this is where it's significant in terms of the stock. So it's granted for claims 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, all the way up to 69, 75, 77, 80, 91. So again, further details of this will be available once the ruling has been studied in a little bit more detail. So as to these claims, accused products purchased and or used prior to February 8, 2021 are subject to absolute intervening rights under the 35 USC and 252 pre-AII 316 section B. So again, further details of that will be looked at later on. Bullet point number 3, Netlist motion for summary judgment, i.e. that Google is not entitled to intervening rights to claim 16 is granted. Again, very positive, very good news for Netlist. So number 4, Google's motion to amend its answer and counterclaim is granted. So again, from my point of view, that's not something significant. So Google can claim that as a small victory, but the big victory here is for Netlist. Number 5, this order terminates dockets number 153, 155, 156, 206. And finally, the parties shall appear for a further case management conference on June the 23rd, 2022 to be held via Zoom webinar. So I'm sure we're going to get details of this forthcoming. So this is dated right now, May the 5th, 2022. It was breaking approximately half an hour before close of market. So we have a signature there from Richard Seeborg. So going forward, I think I do expect a significant spike in the stock to continue. So let's have a quick look at the chart in terms of where we are right now. So I'm just going to share with you on the screen here the one-day chart. So we can see prior to the breaking news, the stock was fairly flat, no significant volume, and it was trading around about the $4 mark. So it has come down quite significantly from the previous recent highs of well in excess of $5. And then if you have a look at what's happened here in the last hour, we can also call that the power hour of the market, but not necessarily for the vast majority of stocks today, because obviously we've seen that it was a significant bloodbath in the market. So bearing in mind market conditions, I think the stock has done exceptionally well. We can see close of play today, Netlist was up in excess of 34%. At one point it was up in excess of 45%. And we can see a huge increase in the RSI. UK time 709, it was very, very close to 100. So huge demand, huge green candles. And so that we can see here, the stock has moved from $4 at one point, very, very close to the $6 mark. So let's see what happens tomorrow. And I'm expecting very, very strong support here in excess of $5.50 going forward. And once we get further details, hopefully we're going to get some more significant volume and movement up again. Finally, if anybody would like to join the Discord to get breaking news of information such as what's happened today with Netlist, as well as breaking news on DD for stocks such as MULN Automotive, Redbox, etc., you can join for as little as $9 a month. Details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.